Hey there, comic book fan. Again today? I was actually there yesterday. I'm back to commuting into the city on Wednesdays. So I go before my commute in, which is at noon or so, but I don't get back till late. So I'm back to doing these Thursday morning for this semester. Uh, got 6 comics at the comic shop and one off of eBay, but we'll start with our top of the printer comics. Usually have an old superhero one and an indie. This time I went with Velvet. What number is this? Velvet number 9. A Steve Epting cover. A nice series. Her hiding, Velvet hiding behind a gravestone. I like this series. I don't have to reread it again. Then we've got The Amazing Spider-Man 145. This is Gil Kane and John Romita, and it looks like I just noticed this today. Way up there, this must have been Joe's comic, because Joe is written there. I probably got this one when I was in, I don't know, junior high or high school, so I've had it for a long, long time, and I never noticed it said Joe up there. Not that I was looking at it a whole lot. I barely even remembered this cover, Spidey 145. Cool cover though. You know what's funny? I never thought much of the villain, the Scorpion. He was always just kind of eh. But then it was one of the first Spider-Man games, video games for like the PlayStation or something. It was like the first good Spider-Man game. I can't remember which it was, but the Scorpion was one of the villains you faced off when you were Spider-Man. And man, was he that tail would come out of nowhere because he's got that big tail that comes over and goes along. So I remember having such a hard time fighting the Scorpion, and I was like, wow, I got more respect for the Scorpion now after trying to fight him in this video game because that tail would come out of nowhere and get you. But it was never that exciting in the comics, his tail, because he always missed. All right, so I'll show you the first comic I got from eBay, which is Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, issue number 1. And this was the issue. This series was one of those series. It only ended up being 6 issues, but when the first issue came out, it became a hot series. And I didn't pick it up till issue like 3 or so, and never couldn't get issue 1 shot up in price to like $50, and I wasn't paying $50 for issue 1. So I finally said, let's see if the prices come down on it. And the prices actually come down on it till like $30 or $40, but I still didn't want to pay that. But I found this. I think this one, all in, tax and shipping included, was $9. And I didn't even know what printing it was. The seller didn't even have a printing on it, but I was like, you know what? For $9, I don't care what printing it is. And it turns out it's a third printing. The first thing I did was open it up and just check. I figured it wasn't a first printing because it was one of the only ones there that wasn't $30 or $40. So, but I'm happy I just want to read it, so I'm happy to have that. Now I've got all 6 issues instead of just 5 of the 6. So that came in the mail. And from the comic shop, we've got the first issue of Joseph Schmalke's 7 Years in Darkness, Year 2. This is the series that takes place in like a wizard school that's only open once every 100 years or so, and I guess it's 7 years this school. So and I think that they take in 100 students and only like 6 of them graduate. I think the other 94 die. Some of them have died already due to learning magic or whatever. So it's this fun sort of dark wizard school story. But I guess they're doing it in I can't remember how many issues year 1 was. Probably only 4 or 5. And then there was a special also. But there's a nice double. I like the Joseph Schmalke's art and storytelling is really good. His writing's pretty cool too. Nice cardstock cover on that one. Then we've got Saga, issue number 68. Saga is back. Good time. Whoops. This is a flimsy cover. Self-covered. There's no cardstock there. There's our lead character, who's also the narrator. She's she's given us the narration from however old she is in the present, and this is all kind of the past. She's telling the story of growing up. And the story is a saga. She takes place in outer space, and these, aliens and people we've never heard of, and she's always moving place to place because her mother and father were on the run. And it's still good. I know fewer people are interested in it than 5-7 years ago, but I'm enjoying it. What year did that start? 2012? Well, I think it started in 2012, Saga. So that's been around a long time now. Rogue Sun, issue number 21. Part of the Massive Verse, ties in with Radiant, same world as Radiant Black and other things. No One was in the Massive Verse, though No One really didn't have superhero stuff. This is a teenage superhero one, where he inherits the superpowers from his father, who used to be Rogue Sun. See that? Lots of superhero action in this one. Pretty good book. Oh, who's this by? Parrott, Cotton, Abel, and Marquez. The artist is one name, Abel. Ryan Parrott and Nick Cotton are the writers. Becca Carey is the letterer. Natalia Marquez is the colorist. Oh yeah, and Saga is by Fiona Staples, is the artist, and Brian K. Vaughan. And who does Beneath the Trees? I didn't say that one. Let's see. Horvath. Is that the guy's name who does everything? Because I know Atsmai. What is that? Atsmain Elhau is or however you said, is the letterer. So I think this guy Horvath does everything, the writing and the art. Let's see, new issue of Monstrous. Marjorie Liu and Sana Takeda. I enjoy this one every time it comes out. This is the fantasy story about a war between all these different humans and arcanics, I think they're called, who are these animal-like creatures. And there's these elder god monsters who are banished from Earth, or whatever planet this takes place on. I can't remember. And recently we've been having the lead character, the title character, Monstrous, is, I forgot her name. Let me go back to the beginning. Maika, M-A-I-K-A. And now she's kind of at war with her father, who is running one of the empires. It's kind of a royal family thing where you don't really care about your family. You care about power. And that's what's going on in this. Good stuff, Monstrous, issue 54. It's another one that's been around for a while now. Okay, I don't remember why I ordered this. Probably because I liked the art. Convert. Is this a mini? John Arcudi, Savannah Finley, Miguel Coe, and Michael Heisler. Michael Heisler is an old Marvel bullpenner just before me. He's the letterer on this. Oh, Simon Gain is the cover artist on this. Oh, I liked some of... I forget what I got by Simon Gain, but I liked his stuff. I'm not 100% sure what the story is. Obviously, because I ordered these first issues on final order cutoff. That's one, which is like 5 weeks ago. I've liked John Arcudi as a writer over the years. I've read some of his stuff here and there. Savannah Finley, the artist, I don't think I've ever heard of. Oh, look, there's a lunar capsule on the front page, so it must have something to do with space travel. But yeah, I like that Simon Gain, what's it, cover. Yeah, I like that Simon Gain cover, so. Good stuff. And the final thing we got, I should have got last week, but got it this week instead, is Penthouse Comics. What issue do we have here? Issue number 4. Who did that cover? I don't know. Let me see. This is in a bag with a little sticker on it. There we go. And this is Penthouse Comics is mostly European comic. Mostly, it's all European comics. So it's like they take already published European graphic albums and publish them here. And there's some nudity in sex. Here's a little sex and nudity. You know, not really that racy. Oh, I don't know what this one is. Look at that. Double page spread of the guy in the bathtub with type floating around him. But you know, it's got a bunch of different stories. Let's get you the. There we go. That's all the stories that are in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, actually 5. I think the last one they usually have a photo. There's an interview at the end. A round of snow. Okay, so there's 1, 2. There's Gun Crazy, The Dead All of the Same Skin, The Dream, and I Spit on Your Grave. I think 4 comic stories. I've been enjoying them. Like I know some people have been disappointed by this because it's not what they were expecting. A bunch of European graphic albums all cut up into chapters, but that's what I was expecting. So I've been enjoying it. And then last week, I think it was, I mentioned I wanted to do a big ink drawing. So I did a big ink drawing. It's still taped down, so I can't show it to you up close, but I actually took a couple of older drawings and stitched them together into one big ink drawing. So that's what I was. Matter of fact, usually when I do the big ink drawings, the first thing I do is like, well, what do I want to make a drawing of? And this time I was like, I don't want to start from scratch. So I have like a reservoir of hundreds of drawings that I've done over the years that I never really did anything with. So I dug through that reservoir and went, ooh, I think I can make something out of these drawings, and put them together and made something out of them. But and this is also, I found, the first big ink drawing I've done since January of 2023. So it's been a while, but I had fun doing it, and maybe I'll do another next. All right, there you go. A little bit of art, some comics. You guys have a good week out there.